I found one of the most comfortable super stack long run beasts of 2025 for a price that you won't believe. This shoe could replace your Skyward X, Puma Magmax, or even the New Balance Small V5 for a small fraction of the price of any of those. This is the 361 Degrees Popblaze 5.0. For those who love massive stack height increasing shoes, pay attention to this one because you are going to love it. If you follow my channel, you will know that I love stack, I love cushion, I love the big shoes. I've tested and reviewed most of the big shoes from the big brands. I've reviewed the Skyward X, I have the More V5, I've reviewed it. I have the Magmax, I've reviewed it. I have the Prime X Strong, I've ran in them lots and reviewed them. But these shoes really gave me something extra, which I'm going to explain to you guys as we go on in the video. I've taken them on a half marathon run, and I've also worn this for a 24-hour shift in the hospital, and I've got some serious thoughts. Some great, some good, some not so good, but I'm here to break it all down. I remain your man, Dr. CY, the running dog, always here to bring you the best of the hidden gems. I picked up the Popblaze 5 on discount for 290 Saudi Riyal, and that's approximately 78 US dollars. However, the regular price on AliExpress is usually between 290 to 350. That's between 80 to 93 US dollars. Still a nice bargain in the running shoe market, where super stack shoes like this are creeping into the $200 and more range. There are lots of pictures, but very little real information about these shoes on the 361 Degrees website. So I can't tell you the exact stack height of these. But based on comparison, I believe this stands at around 45-46 millimeters in the heel. It's got a 5 millimeter heel to toe drop. Now, I've seen some reviews and some online material that claim that these have 60 millimeters in the heel, but I think that's not really true, because I compared this to other shoes. These are lower than the Hoka Skyward X, which is 48 millimeters. It's also lower than the Adidas Prime X2, which is 50 millimeters. So definitely these are less than 50 millimeters. When I compared it with a Puma Magmax Nitro, they are at about the same level. So this one should be in the range of that 46 millimeters in the heel, and this got 5 millimeter heel to toe drop. So what it means in essence is that at the heel here we should have around 46 millimeters and 41 millimeters in the forefoot. So these are really super stack shoes. On the scale, they weigh 334 grams in this size, US 11. Slightly on the heavier side, you may say, but when you compare it with other super stack shoes also, you will see that it's not really that bad. They're 11 grams lighter than the Hoka Skyward X and about 8 grams heavier than the Puma Magmax. It's still in that range of weight of the big shoes. If you look at it, this is a proper big shoe, so you expect something like that. The upper is the jacquard mesh. It's soft, nice and comfortable around the feet, and very breathable too. You get a soft, nicely padded tongue and modest padding around the collar and the heel counter too for a decent feel around the ankle. The tongue is gusseted and offers a snug midfoot lockdown. The lockdown in the heel isn't perfect, but however, through 21-kilometer run, I didn't experience any significant heel slip. These corrugated laces actually maintained a secure fit throughout my half marathon run. On sizing, it fits true to size. Excellent shoe length. I got just that half a thumb's breadth that I like at the tip of my running shoes. The shoe width, well, if you look at it, you see this has a really wide platform. And even where most other shoes narrow here in the middle, this did not. It still remains wide both in the forefoot and in the heel. The width for these shoes is quite generous. For regular to narrow feet guys, you may feel that it is too roomy. However, if you decide to go half a size down, the length of the shoe may be shorter. So what I did is to wear them with my thicker stockings, and that's how I got that dialed in fit that I love in running shoes. So I would still suggest you go true to size in these shoes. For those who have wider feet, well, you may just feel quite at home in this one. Now let's talk about the foam. There is no official information about the midsole composition. However, when I look at the granular look and feel of these shoes, I think this is probably a supercritical TPU based foam. And after a half marathon run in these guys, I tell you that this turned out to be the most comfortable daily trainer that I have run in this year, especially for very long runs. I'm going to explain to you reason why I think that as we go on in the video. The cushion is soft, the ride is incredibly forgiving, and the rebound from them, while moderate, is still enough to give you that nice, comfortable, enjoyable run and a decent pace. The ride feels smooth and natural, especially over long distances. But the real standout for these shoes is actually the stability. I think that's the key to what made me enjoy these shoes the most. These shoes have really wide base. It's got a firm TPU heel support. You know, the foam is not too soft, and it's also got a midsole flare, especially in the forefoot here. And another thing which you will not see from the outside, but when you put your foot inside, you will notice it, is that there's just a slight hint of extra foam on the medial side, under the arch and in the forefoot. So all this help to give this very nice stability. This shoe actually has sidewalls. You know, the midsole level is around here, extending up to the forefoot. So your foot actually sits in the midsole. That adds to the stability too, you know, giving you that confident stride. Looking at them, you notice that these have a deep heel bevel, and then it's got a decent rocker in the forefoot. So together, these gave these ones very seamless transition, rolling nicely from landing to toe up. The geometry of these shoes, together with the 5mm drop, encouraged mid and forefoot striking, even for hardline heel strikers like us, which is also good for protection of your feet. I think these are all the things that help to make these shoes very, very comfortable. Now, on the outsole, you've got thick rubber, you know, with enough coverage. Very nice grip on dry pavement. I've not tested them in wet grounds yet, but so far so good. Now, this is where this shoe actually blew me away in post-run recovery. The protection of the feet is awesome. There are a few things which I think is responsible for this. You know, these are my opinion based on my experience running in them. The stability of these shoes made my feet and legs relax throughout the run. You know, very nice, comfortable platform for the legs to remain centered and run nicely. And then the cushion, of course, you can't take it away from there. So after 21-kilometer run in these shoes, my legs felt like I just took a walk in the park. And by next morning, I was ready to go for another 10-kilometer run, you know, unlike most other shoes. So that protection of the feet from the landing impact, from the stresses of running, this one here is doing an excellent job in that regard. No significant soreness after a half marathon run. That's incredible, guys. And they're also crazily comfortable if you want to use them as a casual all-day wear. I use them for a 24-hour shift in the hospital and no issues, you know. So if you want to use this as a casual wear also, it's pretty good, you know. And then for the gym also, pretty good, you know. They are nice and stable, comfortable, bouncy, and it's also got a nice toe roll in them also for those exercises where you might need to be on your toes, like if you are doing burpees, planks, and all those other exercises, you know, you are protected in this one. But they are never perfect, are they? There's always downsides. The first one is the weight. Like I mentioned, at 334 grams, it's not the heaviest of the big stacked shoes, but it can be lighter. That's why this one is not one of those ones that you are going to take out on those days that you really want to go fast. They are a comfort cruiser, not a speed demon. And the rebound also pretty decent. It can be better. However, I must say that as a daily trainer, these are great. One of my favorites right now. If you just want to log in daily miles, easy run, recovery runs, this one is going to serve you so nicely. My 21-kilometer run in them was pretty decent also. Average pace was 5 minutes 44 seconds per kilometer, which is actually one of my better paces for a half marathon run in the daily trainers. But when I put these shoes up against other super stacked shoes, that is when they shine the brightest. Against shoes like the New Balance Small V5, the Hoka Skyward X, the Puma Magmax Nitro, and even the Adidas Prime X2, I would say the Popblaze is more stable than all those shoes. And then there's the price. At $78 to $90, this shoe costs less than half the price of all those shoes that I'm comparing them to, making it an absolute value king. To wrap it up, the 361 Degrees Popblaze 5.0 is a surprise package. If you're after stable, super stacked, max cushioned daily trainer that probably doubles as an all-day comfortable casual shoe, this might just be your sleeper hit of the year. For what it costs, is punching way above its price class. I'll be putting up the link to these shoes in the description. If you're interested in them, support the channel by using the link to buy. You know, I only share with you guys the absolute best of the best, because the goal of my channel remains get the best for less. If you've tried this shoe or you want to try them, let us know your thoughts in the comments. You know, I would like to know your experiences, and so do other runners too. And as always, if you find the review helpful, please hit the like button, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel for more updates. Thanks for watching, by the way. Let me see you in the next one.